Order. As a matter of form, I omitted to move the motion formally. The question is a motion for as on the order paper. Alan Brown.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker. Thinking from the outside, I should actually say that it's quite incredible that we're debating these SIs in the main chamber today. It should never really be on the floor of the House. I think, to be honest, that's proof, apart from other asylum seekers, this really is a zombie government and they're really padding out what would otherwise be normal government time. Mr Deputy Speaker, it's also ridiculous that 6 months down the line from announcing the energy support scheme, unfortunately, so many people are still waiting for the monies they're due. I just wonder if the Minister can confirm, between these regulations and the application being opened up for alternative payment, does this now resolve the Park Home issue that's been long promised to be resolved? So I'm just looking for clarity that will resolve this. As already asked, it'd be good to know how many people are still waiting on monies, but also the reality is, why do so many people have to jump through hoops and apply for alternative fuel support? Why for areas like the Islands and Islands, where they've got much more people off the gas grid than compared to Northern Ireland, that they have to apply for the payment, but yet every single household in Northern Ireland gets the £200 payment anyway? It's quite clear people in the Highlands and Islands of Scotland will fall through the cracks, and it's something the government really should look at again, especially if they're repeating this in the future. Now, SI number 188 is all about the pass-through of the payments from the likes of commercial landlords. So just wondering if the Minister knows how many payments have estimated to be made to landlords that still haven't been passed on. And then, as the Shadow Minister said, the Joint Committee on Statutory Instruments has confirmed that the Government expects information to be provided to them from these commercial landlords, except there's not an enforcement mechanism. So it's a defective SI, and yet, despite it being a defective SI, the Government chose to bring it back to the floor of the House, the main chamber, and do nothing about support changing the defects that was reported by the Joint Committee. So has the Government actually considered any such mechanism to allow enforcement of the information reporting? And if not, if there's no way they can actually do that enforcement, how can they actually assess the support that taxpayers' money is actually went to those that need it and it's not been held up with these intermediaries? Because it's money that should be passed on to people that's rightfully due it. And the truth is, there's actually no incentive, even for commercial landlords that are actually doing the right thing and passing the money on. There's no incentive for them to report, because it's just time wasting for them. Why do they see any merits in reporting what they've actually done? So that means overall the Government won't be able to assess how successful the scheme's been in getting the money to those that are due it. And also, here's the key bit for me: why is the onus put on individuals to pursue any monies that they're owed as a civil debt? The reality is, how many people know that they can go to court to claim the £200 that they maybe didn't get? Again, that's beyond the realms of most people's knowledge and ken is how to go about it. And looking forward, Mr Deputy Speaker, as we come towards the end of the initial energy price guarantee scheme, given that the Government's borrowed a lot less money than they thought they were going to have to borrow, they really must look at reducing bills going forward by that average of £500. Even holding it at £2,500 on average isn't enough, because that keeps 6.5 million households in fuel poverty. So we're calling for a £500 reduction going forward. They've got much, as I say, they've got much more borrowing headroom than they thought. And also, it's critical that the Government reviews the support for small businesses. Small businesses are going to receive an average estimated £200. Well, that's a drop in the ocean compared to how high their energy bills have went. So that's something that the Government really needs to look at going forward as we come towards the new financial year.